Business Social Impact Presentation. The issue that we are addressing right now is how companies are using customer data to promote political agendas. This can create difficult situations for employees and shareholders who have different political positions. Consumers' views on the company can also be swayed due to political endorsement, which can be for better or for worse. And using customer data can create privacy concerns.
The company that we have decided to focus on for this resolution is Expensify. Previously, Expensify sent out an email to 10 million of its customers endorsing President Biden. The CEO, David Barrett, said, quote, "If you are a U.S. citizen, anything less than a vote for Biden is a vote against democracy. A vote for Trump is to endorse voter suppression. It really is very basic." Now, this email was approved by 2/3 of the 19 highest performing employees at Expensify, but has been met with both support and backlash from the employees working there. Some support that comes from employees comes in the form of them saying that by being so open about their politics, it sets a precedent in the workplace for employees to be open to sharing their political opinions without fear of being fired. And meanwhile, they also say that this makes them feel as though they are on the right side of history by being vocal about their political opinions and views. Some disagreement that comes from employees about the email and being open about politics as a company is that this could cause major fallout, specifically with alienating specific Expensify customers, which could result in a loss of sales, an increase in competitors' revenue, as well as deeply impacting small businesses that use Expensify who may go out of business if Expensify continues to be a controversial place to work with.
Over 10 million people were reached with this message, including customers, employees, and the people who learned about it through news outlets and social media discourse. This incident shed light on how companies have access to consumer information and how it can be used for purposes other than promotional emails and billing purposes. In this specific instance, it was being used to promote a particular political ideology. It created questions and discussions on what was ethical. How should companies handle customer data? How should politics be discussed in the workplace? Many employees liked the political discourse it brought up and made them feel better about discussing their own opinions. For others online, they felt it was a breach of privacy and trust to have this sent to their personal email. This incident is a clear example of how one click of a button from a company can have a broad impact on the customers and their personal data.
Expensify's stance on this situation mainly impacted them through online backlash that was immediate and mainly fell on rank-and-file employees to manage. This backlash came in the form of harsh criticisms on social media as well as negative messages through the customer service portal, which was left by both angry customers or people pretending to be angry customers. Despite this, majority of the employees, regardless of if they agreed with the message or the decision to send the email, expressed that they felt better working for a company that was willing to take a stance and be on the right side of history. But from the customer's perspective, although Expensify didn't lose more than a handful of contracts, their main competitors, Emburse and File, reported an increased amount of business following the email being sent out. Emburse sales leads spiked 200%, and customers were migrating over to places like File due to the blatant invasion of privacy.
After considering our research, our group decided we are against companies using customers' personal data, that is, emails and other contact information, for political advertisements. This practice is first bad for the employees of the company. In instances of companies such as Sticker Mule and Expensify sending out political ads, the CEO was the one who made the decision, but the CEO was shielded from the backlash, with the rank-and-file employees having to field complaints from upset customers, despite not all of the employees sharing the same politics as their CEO. It is also bad for customers on the data privacy front, with 81% of those surveyed in 2022 being concerned about how their personal data is used by companies. When information is provided to companies for a transaction, using that information for other purposes results in context collapse and a breach of trust. 67% of those polled had little to no understanding of how this information is used by companies. It is finally bad for the community at large. We live in a time of high political division, and events like this only encourage people to take sides and further divide along party lines. Company email lists are not regulated by the FEC like other political advertisement, and by using these mailing lists politically, companies are creating political signaling that consumers can't avoid despite not signing up for it. Overall, we feel the misuse of customer data is a significant concern for society, and should not be done for the well-being of employees and society at large. Thank you for watching our presentation.